Hey Scorpio, welcome to Intention 1111. Today I'm going to be doing your weekend Scorpio for the week of the 13th through the 19th of August. Sorry I missed you guys last week. School stuff. So I wanted to say thank you to all of you who view the videos, share the videos, like, comment, interact with the channel. I appreciate you guys. If you'd like to book a personal read with me, you can reach me at whereyourintentions at intentions1111.com. Now, I did have somebody tell me, in case there are more of you out there who are having trouble with that email, I had somebody tell me that they had trouble with the email. And if that's the case and you kind of need to get it in right away, thejezebelway at gmail.com is still open. I'm still taking reads from that email as well. But I haven't had anyone else complain, and I seem to be receiving my emails, so maybe it was just a glitch. But if you are experiencing a glitch with that email, just go back to thejezebelway at gmail.com. So this week, we are, I guess, in a pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde. I'm not a professional astrologer. So we have that coming up. I believe that there is another moon event coming up this next week, maybe by Tuesday of next week. And we have some other things in retrograde, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, Venus may be still retrograde. I'm not terribly sure about that. You'll have to research that for yourself, but there's a lot going on. And I don't know about you guys, but this last week was like people were coming, out of the woodwork with stuff. I mean, it was kind of a really volatile week. So just remember during this time, and the heat's not helping anybody, and the economy's not really, making everybody feel super comfortable. So just keep grounded. Pay attention to what your priorities are. Pay attention to what's ahead of you. Stay in your lane, so to speak, right? Don't try to take on all the people's problems and all the world's problems on yourself, because that will distract, of course, from your own goals, right? So let's see what we got for you this week, Scorpio. Subscribers, thank you. New subscribers, welcome. And those of you who've been there since day one, I appreciate y'all. Thank you so very much. I appreciate y'all. Okay, I was going to say something else and I lost my train of thought, but let's move on. Show me Scorpio, August 13th through 19th. Show me what I need to see. Show me Scorpio, August 13th through 19th. Oh, if you'd like to subscribe and hit the little bell button, if you so choose, I'd appreciate that. Scorpio, you are planning something. You're moving forward with a plan. You are moving forward with some kind of plan. There's been word come in, and you are moving forward with some kind of a plan. There is energy here, though, that maybe some of you might be preparing for the fallout of something. You have 5 of coins here next to the Knot of Swords. So you've gotten word to make plans to prepare for some sort of loss or fallout. So let's kind of see what that's about. And then we'll move on to career and money. I think something that was left, because these came out in the reverse. So armchair tarot card readers are going to be like, you know what they say. Something has crept up from the past, okay? Something has crept up from the past. There's some kind of undone, and this could be financial. It could be whatever, applies to you out there. But there's something here that's sort of crept up from the past. And it is something that may threaten your abundance in the present. So you're getting some sort of word, or you may be getting some sort of aid with this situation to allow this to take its course so that it can be tied up and over and done with. So some of you might be preparing for some sort of a loss that is a loss that continues to creep back up. So if this is something that continues to creep back up in your world, it might be a good idea to sort of face it head on this week in order to eliminate it, neutralize it, get rid of it, so that it doesn't continue to pop up in the future. Because what it does, Scorpio, you build yourself up to a certain point, and then this thing, whatever it is, comes in to steal that abundance, right? And then boom, you're back to square one. So there's something that keeps recurring in someone's life that continues to steal their abundance in the present. And it's because they're not facing whatever this is, and it's because they're not handling it or taking care of it right now in the moment. For some of you, this is speaking to self-sabotage energy. That you reach a certain level, Scorpio, some of you out there, and then boom, you start finding things wrong with it, and you start self-sabotaging, because what you are gaining out of this is sort of the thrill or the adrenaline that is required to rise from the ashes, right? Like Scorpio's really good at that. But some of you self-sabotage, okay, because you don't believe you deserve it, right? Or you don't believe that it can continue being this good. I have to find something wrong with it, right? And it's a pattern that some people do. So if you're experiencing thoughts this week that may be sort of a self-sabotage nature, examine those and think to yourself, why do I have to continually burn stuff down and then build it back up to feel like I'm alive, to feel like I'm feeling something, to feel like I'm really living, to feel like I'm doing? Sometimes that may come as a trauma response or a fight or flight situation or survival instinct mode, where you don't really understand that it's good and that, you can do this if it's not a struggle. And so remember that we don't have to struggle in order to be happy. We don't have to struggle in order to deserve or earn happiness. So some of you might be dealing with preparing for some sort of fallout. Others of you may have some depressive episodes this week that you need to really, pay attention to triggers and when you feel that coming on, and prepare for it. So on a side shoot, I'm going to be releasing a journal that's called 30 Days of Intentions, Live Your Intentions, right? And part of that journal is about figuring out for the month what could possibly be your triggers. So for the week, what could possibly be your triggers for this week? Are there any important dates that stand out to you this week? Any dates that make you have a tendency to make you sad? Is it because we're coming into the middle of the month and it's money crunch? Or it is a lull in things and you kind of need to have a boost of something? Is it, what are the triggers for this week for you? Look at your calendar, think about stuff, and look and see, hey, do I have any triggers this week that might make me want to self-sabotage? Do I have any triggers this week that might affect my mood and how I'm looking at things this week? And if that's the case, and you find that's the case, then pre-plan about that, right? Go do something on that day that you know will help boost your mood. Prepare for that day in whatever way you can. So this week it may be about avoiding the triggers, avoiding the self-sabotage, avoiding the more negative habits that we may tend to have when we are, using poor coping mechanisms. So at any rate, wrap your mind around that one. So let's see what we've got kind of for career this week for Scorpio. Somebody's preparing for some sort of fallout. Show me Scorpio career this week. Okay. Okay. Interesting for you. An interesting turn of events here for you, Scorpio, in the career world. Somebody at work who's been giving you hell, okay, or who has been making it very difficult for you to operate in your job, or someone that you just can't fucking stand, you know, whatever it is going to be leaving this week. It also could be, on the flip side, that someone you admire very much is leaving, someone you depend on is leaving, someone that is sort of a very important cog in the wheel is leaving this week. And it's going to be restoring peace and harmony and balance for those of you who are having trouble with that. But for others of you, this person is passing the torch. So this person may be handing you a project, or they may be handing you something that they've been working on. And you've been waiting on this moment. For some of you, you've been waiting on this. And this is going to restore a lot of balance in your workplace and your career, maybe recognition. But also, this is sort of like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Or it is a big opportunity for you, Scorpio. So someone that is causing you problems is going elsewhere. Someone who is not causing problems, but that you rely on or look up to or admire in your job place is passing something on to you, which is going to help boost you in your career. And it's kind of like, you know, they're backwards in the camera. It's kind of like going to give you everything that you need, a portfolio, a file, you know, whatever it is. But it's sort of like a really big opportunity. So for this week, for you Scorpios, for some of you, it might be a happy time. For others of you, it might be kind of a bittersweet time. But nonetheless, you will gain from this person leaving this work environment, either through your job or with your peace of mind. So, so somebody is leaving that could bring a lot of chaos, or on the flip side, someone's leaving who brings a lot of balance. And now you're going to be in charge of maintaining that balance in the workplace. Could be a managerial spot opening up or something like that in which you're in charge of coworkers, right? So just be looking for that this week. And remember what we talked about, self-sabotage. An opportunity is coming your way. Don't allow your triggers to get you in a mode of self-sabotage this week. So let's see about money. Show me Scorpio's money, August 13th through 19th. Because we all want to know about our money. Scorpio, have the courage of your convictions. That's kind of what I'm getting here. Courage of your convictions. Have the courage of your convictions. There's something this week here, right, with money. We have one coin card, right? One coin card. There's some sort of an opportunity with money this week, okay? And I'll clarify. There's some sort of an opportunity this week with your money that takes you from being sort of strapped to comfortable, okay? It's sort of a courage issue. Is it risky to do this or not? So I'm going to tell you this week, if you're planning on doing anything with your money, making a purchase, buying something, investing in something, I'm going to buy back those last 2 years of retirement, you know, or whatever. It's a risky kind of thing here. You feel it's risky because of the climate of everything right now. But what this spread is saying to me here is that you absolutely should have the courage to move forward with that. so that it does take you from a place of feeling tied up with your money to being very comfortable. Okay, this could be a million things. It could be something as simple as a car refinance. It could be something simple as, I'm going to get rid of that bill, because I don't really need to have that $200 bill every month. And that $200 I could stretch a lot further than what I'm using it on, right? Or it could be an investment, of some kind. But there are kind of two sides here. Saying have the courage to do it because it has the potential to make you comfortable, right? Whatever this change is, this risk, all right? And if you do not move forward with it, you will regret it. That's what it's saying here. You will regret it with this card. If you lack the courage to take action to make yourself more comfortable and less tied up with finances, and you don't move forward with this, you will regret it. So whatever that means to you guys out there, like I said, it could be simple as refinance. It could be letting go of a bill. It could be an investment opportunity, whatever it is, So let's see kind of what this Nine of Pentacles is trying to say. Okay. The rejection falls over here. The rejection card falls on this side, on these two cards when it comes out of the deck, right? So again, it's saying, have the courage of your convictions to move from being pent up with something to being comfortable with it. Move forward with it. If you reject it, then you will regret it. So let's see what we can find out about this. Show me the Nine of Pentacles. It's funny today, for some reason, I've been talking a lot about paranoid delusions. I don't know why. I don't know why that's come up today for me. But for some reason, there's been conversations geared toward a paranoia, okay, about some things. This is saying here, there's some kind of a fear factor that keeps you from moving forward and acts as a block in your finances because you become paranoid. You have the fantasy card here, the illusion card next to the devil with the full card, right? So what this is saying is it's time to stop living in a type of illusion of fear with your money. Don't live in an illusion of fear. The fear is an illusion, whatever that is to you guys out there. And this, as the devil card, is acting as a block to your comfort. Some of you might also experience this week some sort of dreams that could be financial in nature. You win the lottery or you play the lottery ticket or whatever it is, right? Or you find that you have a dream about an old job and you still have some 401k money there or whatever, I don't know, right? But there's some sort of dream that some of you may have this week or you have had that is sort of going to clear up some ideas about why your money's being blocked or why you're blocking your money or why that abundance isn't flowing. So for whatever that means for y'all out there, what's the fear? What's the fear? Some of you also might be releasing a contract this week or releasing some sort of way of budgeting or planning that you've been doing. And that takes me back to this Nine of Pentacles. You're pent up and you want to be in a place of comfort, and it's a matter of courage in moving forward with that plan. When we move forward with something, sometimes we have to abandon something else that we've been doing, right? So it looks like you may be abandoning a way of budgeting or a way of doing your money this week, or a way you have been. Or you're calling up somebody and you're saying, you know what, I think I need to cancel this service. Or no, I'm not going to be continuing with this week because right now I could be spending that money in other places. But somebody lacks the courage, or they lack the Well, they lack the courage to move forward with it because it's wrapped up in the validation of image. And so somebody this week is saying, you know, I can't not go to work without getting my nails done. I mean, what would people think of me? They're always complimenting me on my nails. They're always complimenting me on whatever this is. Maybe you're trading in your car for a cheaper car, right? I can't show up to work like that. What will they think of me? But that's the block, is the validation of someone else's opinion, or the admiration for something they perceive, which is an illusion. Because you may just be barely hanging on to something, right? So there's something here you may be giving up, okay, that takes you from a place of being pent up financially to being comfortable, because you're letting go of an illusion of validation about something. Also, for others of you here, I have a couple here who needs to kind of get on the same page about how they spend their money. There are two people, could be a roommate, could be a husband, wife, girlfriend, whatever. But there's an idea here that it's blow and go. That's what I'm hearing. Blowing and going, blowing and going. And you're about to hit a brick wall with that mentality because you're not preparing, right? You're not being frugal with your money. And it's not, I mean, I don't care how you guys spend your money, do what you do. But here it's talking about, between the two of you, there is an idea here of, I want to say the word decadence, but that's not necessarily it. It's overkill, because the devil here also represents indulgence. Indulgence in too many things, overdoing it, right? So there's some issue here about two of you sitting down and saying, hey, we need to release some ideas about some stuff so that we can be comfortable. And we don't need to be worried about what other people are thinking, because we've got to change the way that we're doing things, because between us is the devil, right? That's saying, oh yeah, you deserve that, or you need to go do that, or, and it's inappropriate against what you're looking at financially. And it's done as a result of validation and admiration from others, under the illusion that there's a lifestyle going on here that's really not. So there's something about soul searching and getting rid of the need for validation financially for someone here. Someone also may be entertaining some sort of a wound financially that they have to put on the dog, so to speak, in order to feel like they're overcoming poverty, either from childhood or some point in their life, or when they feel like they were looked down upon as a result of not being on the level with someone else who was doing that financially. So there's some healing, of course, it's going to be here. And there's some need for letting go of validation and admiration, which is an illusion from others who are on the outside looking in. So anyway, hope you guys get what you need out of that. Let's look at love here. See what we got for Scorpio for love. Ooh-wee. I feel like August is going to be like a Jenga tower. You know, like you take one thing away and the whole fucking thing falls down. That's what I feel like August is going to be for a lot of, in a lot of areas of our lives, right? So, I mean, get ready to start letting go and purging things out. That's the way I feel about it. Okay, so let's take a look at love. Scorpio, you're going to be getting double duty today because I'm going to be starting my second half love reads for August. So you're going to be doing double duty today with your reads. But we'll take a look and see what kind of love action we got going on for Scorpio. Show me love for Okay. Somebody's getting it. Okay, somebody's getting it. You have 2 cards here that I normally, somebody's saying, get your shit together, right? This card here, somebody's saying, and it's this culprit right here, saying, get your shit together, okay? So what I have here is the Queen of Swords, and I often associate Scorpio energy, especially female Scorpios, I associate with the Queen of Swords, right? I also, of course, you have the Death card right behind it. So somebody's saying, it's over, get your shit together. Or someone's saying here, you know, I've come too far, okay, to not know where I'm going right now. So there's a lot going on here with calling somebody out on something about their lack of direction in a situation, their lack of motivation in a situation. And Scorpio, at Scorpio's back here, you have the Death, the Grim Reaper. So Scorpio's about to fuck some shit up, right? Scorpio's in here like, you know, I'm about to cut you in half, okay? Because when I'm asking you this question, I already know the answer. And so I want to see really if you're going to tell me the truth or are you going to lie to me? So beware asking Scorpio a question or advice about anything because we will give it to you. You may not like what we have to say. You may not like what you hear. And it's not going to be wrapped up in a pretty box and won't be wrapped up with a bunch of flowers on it. We're not going to sugarcoat it. As the Queen of Swords is, it's given to you straight, right? And cold and clear. So I'm getting the idea here that somebody is being asked a question here. They don't know what fucking direction to go in because they haven't been given it to Scorpio straight anyway. Scorpio's catching on and your ass is backed into a corner and Scorpio's there like asking you some questions. Maybe it feels like an interrogation. I don't know. And you, Scorpio's ready to lower the boom on your ass because they already know what you're going to say and they're going to know if you're lying to them. So cross-watchers out there, if you feel like you're being cornered by a Scorpio, you better fucking tell the truth because they're going to lower that on you. Because if they're asking you, they already know. They're just trying to give you an opportunity to tell the truth. This is your one last exit that Scorpio's giving you in order to make it right. So somebody's saying, hey, get your shit together, right? So let's see what that's about. I'm also getting the feeling that somebody's becoming really incredibly frustrated with someone not knowing what direction they're taking something or what direction they're going in. And Scorpio's starting to feel a little bit of flip-flop energy, right? And because this card also talks about, well, what direction are we going in, right? What direction are we going in? And so somebody's asking for someone else to say, what direction are we going in right now? Where are we going, right? And someone's sort of squirming around because they don't know. And it's like a minefield, dude. So someone's becoming incredibly frustrated with the idea that there's a lack of direction in relationship. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Show me Scorpio in love. August 13th and 19th. We have another card talking about direction, being directionless in a relationship. And that Scorpio is contemplating the ending of a relationship because there doesn't seem to be any progress. There doesn't seem to be any direction that it's taking. Scorpio's working on goals. They're working on getting somewhere. And this person here is kind of like, whichever way the wind blows is what we're going to do today. And that might work with an air sign, but that's not going to work with a Scorpio. Okay, you got to know, where are we going? Okay, we're going here. Okay, let's plan accordingly. You're working with a person, Scorpio, who either they're not serious about the relationship or they lack direction in their own life, right? And so they're not going to be able to give you direction about where the relationship's going, or they're stalling out, right? They're stalling out. And so I feel like intuitively here, you feel like this person is stalling out. And so you're saying, okay, bets up, pay your tab. The bar's closing down, pay your tab. You're calling them out on the seriousness, their dedication, their loyalty, their intention in the relationship. Where are we going? So again, you already know what they're going to say. You already know here that they absolutely don't have any intention of going anywhere. And you are calling them out on that. And you've got this Two of Swords here, right? Against this Queen of Swords. So I kind of feel like, for some reason, right here with these two cards, I'm getting Recon work. I have no idea, right? Recon. That's what the word keeps rolling through my mind. This looks like Recon work. You've gathered your evidence and now you're calling somebody out on their shit, which you've already researched and gathered. And, maybe you followed somebody home from work or whatever, and you saw what you saw. And now you're calling them out on it. So, you've done your research and you've been analyzing and thinking about this for quite some time. You feel like you've got a pretty good case going. And now you're calling somebody's bluff in order to see what direction they take it. You already know what's up. Just want to see what they have to say. So Scorpio is really getting in that scorpionic energy of, it's almost like Cold War spy era, right? It's almost like a Tinker Tailor Soldier type, intelligence. I don't know why I keep getting that heavy feeling with that, but you've gathered some intelligence on someone and now you're ready to confront them with what you think is the truth, right? And according to whatever their answer is how you're going to play it. But you already know here in the back, right? Because this is to your back. You already know in the back of your mind what this person's intentions are, where they were planning on going, which is nowhere, and what their intention is moving forward. And the longer they squirm in answering your question that you've put to them, the more guilty in your eyes they become. Okay. Right. So let's see what you can expect for the rest of the week. So quit playing with your food, Scorpio. You already know what you need to do. I think you just like to see them squirm a little bit. Especially if they've lied, right? You like to see them squirm. What kind of answer are they going to tell me? I can't even imagine what they have to say about this. That's the most entertaining part sometimes. Scorpio, what you're working on here, you're holding something very close to your chest again. You're going to be maintaining your secrecy and mystery this week in making decisions which benefit Scorpio. You're going to be communicating this King of Swords way. You're like, okay, put up or shut up. And that's going to make you very happy because what you're doing is squashing a conflict that you've had with a person or with yourself, and you're moving on to bigger and better things. So you are going to be working on balancing things out this week in partnerships and fairness and give and take. You're going to be crushing your competition this week in whatever it is that you're doing. You're going to be putting your foot down on burdens this week, either by, as we spoke of earlier, taking care of something that keeps cropping up, or taking care of somebody else who's standing in your way. So, let's see what you don't expect this week. Show me what Scorpio doesn't expect this week. You're not going to be giving to something this week, and it may happen, again, got this Recon situation happening up here. You may be seeing something this week that changes the direction in which you take something. You may be seeing something this week that comes to ending relationships, both with money, the relationship with money, relationships in the workplace, but also interpersonal love relationships. And you're not going to be giving to anything this week that isn't giving back to you. Okay, so let's see if we can get an advice card on it and call it good. Scorpio is going to be cutthroat this week. Damn. Cutthroat. Okay. Show me, Scorpio. Give me some advice, Scorpio. But when Scorpio goes in that mode, it's 100% and absolutely necessary. Because Scorpio's been having patience, and Scorpio's been entertaining something that they know's bullshit. They've been going and going with it, and now it's serving as a block. And it's also acting in an adverse way that Scorpio's just tired of this person not getting a fucking clue. So Scorpio, whoever it is, whatever it is, or the thing, not being serving you anymore. So Scorpio is really going to be cutthroat this week and cutting things out. And I like that energy, because it takes a lot more energy to drag something behind you that's absolutely useless than it is to cut it loose and move on to something that's working, right? And that sounds bad, but that's what I'm getting. Owning my power, right? Because I have the power of transformation and change. Inspires others to do the same. They see Scorpio cutting something off, moving on in a different direction. That could inspire another person to say, you know what? Yeah, Scorpio didn't deal with it. They were right. That's bullshit. Kick rocks, right? You may inspire others to exhibit transformation and change in their own world. Owning my power inspires others to do the same. I am not afraid to shine, and I'm not afraid to get rid of anything that stands in my way. So, Scorpio, that's what I have for you guys, and I'll see y'all later.